Hey guys, MetalJesus here, and I am back again with Reggie!
How's it going, man?
We are back with more pickups. I know.
Simple as that. You know, 15 more apiece that we're going to show you guys cool stuff that we think you guys might be interested in. So, let's get into it.
All right, dude. I think in the last one I went first, right?
No, I did, because guess. So.
Oh, okay.
Now it's your turn.
Oh. I was going to be polite again. Okay, so let's see here. What should I show? I guess I'm going to start with something kind of interesting.
Okay.
That is the Pink Gorilla Bootleg Buddy. Have you seen this yet?
No, I haven't seen this.
By the way, Pink Gorilla does not know that I was going to talk about this. They didn't ask me. No one's sponsoring it, but I thought it was pretty cool to show in here because I think my audience would be really into this. So go ahead and you can open it up there. Okay. So Kelsey was like trying to think of some things that they could create. Create their own products to sell in addition to retro games. And one of the things that they always get questions about is how do you verify, you know, whether a game is fake games or not. So that's what this is designed for. Mm-hmm. It comes with 4 different types of, you know, screwdrivers, depending on...
bits you can use to open up, like Super Nintendo games, Genesis games, all pretty much cartridge-based systems.
Yeah, basically. And what's really cool about this, which I thought was really clever, is that there's these cards in there that will teach people who aren't used to doing this sort of like what to look for as far as like the PCB boards and how to identify bootleg cartridges, which I thought... So this is designed basically to be taken... to like expos and things like that. If you can take something apart and kind of verify it before you spend a lot of money on a cartridge, I thought this was pretty clever, actually.
Definitely. Keep it with you at all times, especially if you're going game hunting. So you have it with you so there'll be no questions asked.
Yeah, and what's cool about this is that it's not super expensive. I think they sell them for 20 bucks. Again, not sponsored in any way. I just want to kind of give them a shout out because I thought it was a pretty cool product. I love that case too. Like it's all custom and everything.
It's very cool. And nobody should have a problem with you opening up a game that you might want to purchase. So
especially something extremely expensive and collectible, because if they won't, you know, then that's a huge red flag. So
definitely. So very cool on that.
Yeah. I'll have to get you one of these.
All right. First game I'm going to show is Kaze and the Wild Mask for PS4 and Switch. I love
it because for these games that you like, you always get both.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I always like the Switch is always supportable to me, and then like PS4 the main system, and then many of these games are pretty like $29 a piece. So
yeah, they're reasonably priced. I know.
Definitely. So
although, can I ask before I keep interrupting you? I apologize. Which one would you keep though? So like
PS4.
You would?
Yeah,
oh, okay.
No doubt. No, always.
I'd be the opposite, actually.
Yeah, most people are.
Only because I can play it on handheld and console.
Yeah, the thing with me, I guess I'm attached to the trophy system. I like hearing that trophy sound and getting that progress
You are 100% right. I know.
I mean, Nintendo has something like that, then maybe, but
yeah.
Yeah.
Good answer.
But if you're familiar with how this game is, it really is. It's kind of like I don't want to say it's a montage to those other games, but it's like it's definitely a love letter to people who like games like Klonoa and also Donkey Kong Country. I mean, the Donkey Kong Country is definitely like an inspiration for this game, the way the game is and everything like that. Very colorful, very unique, and even like when I talk about Donkey Kong Country, do you remember when you would collect the letters and everything?
Oh yeah, yeah.
You do the same thing in this game.
Oh, interesting.
Very cool looking game. Happy this came out. Yeah, definitely check this one out, guys, if you see it out there.
Okay, I had not heard of that, so you're on a roll here. Next I'm going to show a press kit that was sent to me that I just thought was kind of cool, and that is Golden Force. And it comes in this like wooden box, which I thought was really impressive. Actually, I don't know if this is necessarily a press kit or the collector's edition, but they also sent it out to press. It comes with the original soundtrack. It's got like a little postcard in here. It's got a steelbook case, which is really nice.
Nice.
Yeah, okay. Pixel Heart. So, and then of course the game itself, a certificate of authenticity, like a little coaster and stuff like that. So I just thought this was like a really cool,
very cool.
Yeah, special version of this game. And so I haven't played a ton of the game yet, but so far it seems to be kind of like a pixel drawn art style.
2D pixelated game. Yeah, I got you, man.
But what's hilarious about this game is its difficulty. So the tutorial you die in.
Really?
It's brutal. Yeah, it's pretty funny actually. So
is it one of those tutorials that'll keep you like trying it until you get it right?
Yeah, because you're trying to learn the move set. You're trying to learn how to play the game, and it doesn't. It's going to kick your butt. It's one of those kind of games where it's going to make you learn how to play it before it even lets you get into the game itself. So not for the faint-hearted, but I thought this is a pretty cool version of it, and a lot of people are into those. So if you are feeling adventurous and you like to hurt, you might go for this game. So
right on, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool box, huh?
Yeah, definitely. You told me about this game.
Okay.
And it finally got a physical release.
Oh, yes.
The Mummy Demastered for the Switch. So this game is pretty crazy because like if you get far in the game, you get killed. You play as a new character. You have to try to find your body to get your old stuff back, and that can be very difficult because the new guy you play as is very weak. So it's pretty insane. But the game is fun. It's very interesting. I love what WayForward does.
Yeah, WayForward does.
They do good games, and
it's a licensed game based on a failed movie. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, actually, the movie's not that bad, but it didn't do very well at the box office, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
So, very cool, man. So, The Mummy Demastered. You guys should definitely check this one out.
It's funny you showed that because I forgot I actually bought that as well.
Did you?
Oh, yeah. Because as soon as the limited run put it up, I was like, add to cart. Yeah. All right, next up for, I'm going to go ahead and show this. So, you were asking me about upscalers in the PlayStation 2, and you're like, hey, have you checked out the new RetroTink, which I have right here. So this is the RetroTink 5X Pro, I think is what this is called.
Okay.
But this is the next evolution of the RetroTink family of upscalers. And this is definitely on a whole other level. So what is this? So it does a lot. Basically, it's designed to upscale your entire game room to work on 1080p or even 4K televisions. And it does it, so you'll notice here, like for instance, it does composite component, S-video, it also has a SCART connection on the side there, so if you want, and it does it all via FPGA. Again, there's a lot to this product here. So it's a little bit more expensive than his previous products, but it's designed to be the one solution for everybody, including, which was really important for me, is that it does interlaced resolution. So, for instance, his older products really wouldn't work very well with the PSP. That does, I believe, it's 480i. This will do that. This will upscale, de-interlace. It looks gorgeous. So,
right on.
Not for everybody because it is a $300 product, where I assume is probably the FPGA part of this because it's complicated. It does a lot of other stuff too. It does, I forget what they call it, like horizontal pixel correctness. It basically really sharpens. I mean,
well, if you're an enthusiast, it's definitely probably worth it because you want to play those systems, especially if you like the older system, you want to play them in high quality. So
and to be clear, this is designed for people who have original unmodded consoles that want to get sort of like the best quality out of it.
Right.
And so, that's kind of what it's for. There's other solutions out there that he makes that are a little bit more specific. Like he makes one that's kind of designed just for the N64 and stuff. But anyways, if you're interested in this product, I would say that there is an excellent video that My Life in Gaming, they spent almost 40 minutes talking about the nuts and bolts of this, which there's a lot to it that I'm just, kind of glossing over here. But yeah, this is definitely a cool product. The other thing I want to mention too, depending on when this video comes out, this sounds like a sales pitch, but it's not. But they've been sold out, and Mike Chi is going to put more of them in stock soon. So depending on when you watch this video, you may be able to go and pick it up. But again, I wasn't paid to make this or anything like that. It's
and they're selling out, so yeah.
Yeah, they really are. He makes great products. I mean, he has made some really awesome solutions for people, and this is kind of the natural ultimate progression of that, and he continues to update it. So I wanted to mention it in this video.
Right on.
Since you asked.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
Shoot 'em ups. Here is Raiden IV.
I almost bought this too. I know.
You should pick this up, man, because here's the thing. They released Raiden V, I think it was last year. It was at Best Buy. It was like a special edition. Came with a soundtrack and manual and all that stuff. But they put this version out, and this is cool. It was the same price, but there's no manual inside, and it's pretty much bare bones. So But yeah, you should definitely pick this up because it's another way to own Raiden 4. The only other way to own it is like on the 360, and that one's kind of expensive. Yeah. So this is the better version. This is actually Raiden 4 Overkill that came out on the PS3 as a digital download. So now it finally has a physical release for it, and it's pretty cool to celebrate the Raiden 30th anniversary and everything. So I really like these games a lot, and Raiden 4 is really good too. But people are probably gonna get mad at me for saying this, but I like Raiden 5 the best. I like that story mode where the people are constantly talking to you while you're playing. Oh, yeah. I love that stuff. It's distracting to a lot of people who play shoot 'em ups. They're like, man, they don't want to hear any of that dialogue. It's confusing, but I love it and everything. So definitely check this game out, guys. It's awesome.
I love that series too, actually. Although for me, I'm so nostalgic towards the original one because I just know all of the especially the first couple levels because I played them so many times on, both in the arcade. Actually, when we go to like an arcade, if it's there, I'm playing it. Like, there you go. It's awesome. So
good old Raiden.
All right, I'll have to pick that one up. Next up is a game that you recommended I pick up.
Yes.
You messaged me one day and you're like, dude, Daymare 1998 is cheap on Amazon. I was like, oh, okay.
Very cheap.
I think it was like $20 or something, right?
Less than that.
Was it?
$13.
$13. I know. So
I said, Jason, grab that.
Yeah, you totally, and I did, right? So this is basically. It started as a fan project to
Resident Evil 2.
They
wanted it to be a Resident Evil 2 remake, and of course they got to stop in the cease order, whatever you call it, and so they changed it to their own game. And you can kind of see elements that probably were in for Resident Evil 2. Yeah. It's a pretty good game. It's definitely a throwback to old school survival horror, the way things are. The only thing I can't get with the game so far is the way you reload your weapon in the game is very annoying. It's like you have to get a new clip. I don't know. Maybe
that's right. It drops the clip.
Yeah. Like, dude, why would you do that? Like, come on. So, but it's so much of a throwback, especially if you're a survival horror fan. You would definitely like this game, and I love how on the cover. This character looks like Idris Bella, the actor. I think that's his name. Idris something. You guys know what I'm talking about. He was in that movie. He was in The Wire. You guys remember The Wire, probably. Yeah. And also, the original voice actor for Leon in the original Resident Evil 2 does voices in this game as well.
Oh, interesting.
Very cool, man. They're making a sequel.
Yeah, I heard about that. And actually, yes, this is definitely a little bit lower budget game, but it still actually was kind of impressive. It didn't look too cheap. Yeah. It's a little bit of a throwback for sure. But I guess also too, I was listening to a podcast where they're talking about this game after I bought it, and supposedly Capcom did give them a cease and desist, but Capcom actually reached out to them, let them see Resident Evil 2 that they're working on.
Oh, okay.
And they're like, hey, we're gonna, and they actually kind of helped them a little bit as to how they could make their own game.
That's awesome.
I know. I was like, well, that's pretty cool. So
right on.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks for the recommendation, man. That's cool.
Yeah. Speaking of the Resident Evil 2 remake, man, I love that game. It's so much fun. Did you beat it?
Yes. Good. Yeah. Right 2 and 3. Yep.
All right, so this is R-Type Final Part 2.
I guess I won't show mine.
You had it. Oh.
You know what? It's so funny, dude. I picked it up on the Xbox. See, we don't know what each other are going to show. Okay, it's so funny, dude.
Well, R-Type Final 2. This is kind of fun. I was so excited for this game. And I do like it a lot. I think it's pretty cool. But a lot of people like the first one better than this one for whatever reason. I think this one is a really good slow-paced R-Type game when I'm playing. Yeah. I think some of the hardcore folks were expecting something else, maybe. What do you think of it?
Well, yeah, I like it a lot, actually. I'm playing on the Xbox Series X. It looks and plays beautiful. It's funny because I'm not great at the horizontal games for some reason. I'm much better at the vertical shooters. Okay. And so, and R-Type is a notoriously difficult game. You kind of have to learn it. And so I haven't learned it yet, but I've been impressed so far. So
yeah, it's not like, it doesn't seem like, it's not like a bullet hell, thankfully. Bullets all over the screen, but it does teach you how to dodge, because there's certain enemies that'll chase you around certain sectors, and you gotta back up and watch out what's behind you, and it's all kind of cool. Yeah, so definitely, I think a lot of people should check it out. And also, when this game came out, I guess some kind of restock happened with their other game that they did. Disaster Report 4, that was hard to find for a while. Okay. For the PS4, so that got restocked, and it's like $44 right now. So people might want to hop on that. Developer? Yeah. So the IREM was the original developer for these games, and there's a company pretty much bought the IPs from IREM. They made enough money. They're called Godzilla. Something I can't remember the name of the company, but they bought the IPs from IRAM and they started making the games again.
Okay.
So
isn't this game? Wasn't this kickstarted or something like that?
It might have been actually.
Am I crazy to think that?
There's another version of it that one of my friends that posted online. I remember seeing.
Well, there's definitely different versions because you have the PlayStation 4 version. I have the one that literally says optimized for Xbox Series X as well. So maybe they've been doing different versions or. When did you buy that? How long ago was that?
Day it came out, whatever that was.
It's recent, right?
But it's like 2 months ago, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that's funny that we both picked it up.
Yeah.
Of course.
I'm surprised you got it for Xbox. I thought you would have got it for Switch or something.
You know what? Achievements.
There you go.
I know.
All right. So, it is your turn again.
Oh, it is my turn. Okay. So next up, I'm going to show something that was sent to me by a viewer of the show. Asked me if I had one of these. I did not. So Dustin, thank you very much. The PocketStation for the original PlayStation, I guess, is essentially what this is. So he happened to just have 2 of these and wanted them to go to like a good, collection.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. So the PocketStation, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but it's their answer to the Dreamcast kind of VMU sort of thing.
Yeah. And the funny thing about this item is that it works. It never was officially released in America, but it actually, there's two games in America, I believe, that work with it. One I know of is Final Fantasy VIII, which I've used it on.
Oh, you have?
Especially, I used it years ago. And there's one other game. I could be wrong, though, but I was pretty sure there's one other game in America that works with it. But, it was a very unique device. I thought they should have pushed it.
Yeah, so it's basically 2 things. It's a memory card for the PlayStation 1, and it also tries to function as a dedicated gaming machine. And surprisingly, when you look at the Wikipedia article, there's like 40 Japanese games or something like that came out for it. I mean, I'm sure they're not the most sophisticated things, but I haven't replaced the battery, so I don't know if they actually have anything on them or not. But yeah, that was pretty cool. That's kind of like the crystal clear one, and this one's a white one. So
right on, man.
Yeah, kind of a neat little piece of Sony PlayStation history.
There's a lot of it.
Yeah, there is totally.
All right, your favorite movie?
Okay. Cannonball Run
of all time? No, the other one.
Oh,
the Blair Witch. So Blair Witch got its own game, survival horror game, and man,
did you like did you see the movie when it came out? Okay,
saw it in theaters and everything.
I did too.
Were you tripped out?
Well, only at the end. Honestly, the movie I thought was just okay. You know what I mean? The ending was like weird and creepy, and I don't know. It was all right.
Well, the game pretty much like takes place, I think, after the movie. You're trying to look for what happened. Yes, after the movie, and you have to look for the people who got lost there.
Okay.
And a guy takes his dog. No, actually, that's not true. You're looking for a girl that went missing, I believe. I totally forgot. But anyway, either way, you're looking for somebody in the forest. And you have your dog with you, which is nice. It starts pretty slow. You got to follow the clues and everything like that. I got bored with it. But when it turns nighttime and you're in this forest, be prepared to be tripped out. This game is crazy. It's like one of those slow burn horror games where you just like the sound effects around you and just the ambience is just tripping you out. So if you're ready for that type of horror, definitely pick this game up.
It's weird that they put it out now. That movie's how old now? I mean,
that movie was like in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dang, that's like 20 years
Wasn't
ago.
it funny though at the time that whole marketing thing was, ooh, it was real.
Yeah,
found footage was brand new, right?
Yeah. Dude, have you ever seen the sequel to it?
No, because I heard that they ruined because didn't they go all Hollywood?
They didn't know what they were doing. They just said, "Hey, let's make as much money as we can because we can't make another movie like the first one."
But then that other series, Paranormal Activity, kind of.
Oh, that one was successful.
Yeah, I've seen scenes from it. It looks scary as hell. Like people getting dragged out of their beds and stuff,
and throwing at the camera and everything.
Yeah. Huh. All right. Next up for me. A Switch game here. This is a strictly limited release here called Bubble for Friends. This is basically a remake of the original Bubble game with all new graphics and stuff like that. But I think it actually might have the original levels in there. Have you played
the original game? Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so just kind of a little bit of a random pickup here, but I love the Bubble games. I know you do as well. It would be cool to play some co-op or
It really feels like a sequel to the last Bobble game, which I think was Bubble Symphony on the Saturn. I think that's what it was called. I can't remember, but anyways, it feels like a true sequel to that game. Very well done. You can tell like they really put a lot of heart into the sequel, and it just really shows. It's very cool.
Yeah, so love those games. I saw that. That's cool. Pick up.
All right. One of my favorite RPGs of all time got re-released on the PS4, and that is Final Fantasy VIII.
That's a cool cover.
Yeah. I like what they did with this one. So Final Fantasy VIII was the first Final Fantasy game that I really like went all in. Like I maxed like everything out. Matter of fact, I used the PocketStation for it.
There you go.
On the original, that is. And this remaster is really well done. We should have got it like years ago. I'm happy it's here now. And it just really fixes a lot of things in the game that kind of like, well, the graphics, of course, look a lot sharper and everything like that. It's just, going back to this game, it's just like, I know people don't like the junction system that this game offered, but I was actually good at it, so I loved it. But it's definitely a cinematic experience. I actually like 8 and 9. Yeah, for different reasons, but I like their different graphic styles and stuff. It's cool. So. They were actually made back to back, which is kind of funny. So
really, because they don't look anything alike.
No, they don't.
That's wild. All right, next up for me is another Switch game. Galgun Returns. So the sequel. Have you played any of these games before?
I can't do it, man.
What? You're the one that gets the games that have like the little, action
action figures in it. Yeah, I know, right?
Well, I don't blame you because these games are dumb as hell.
It's a rail shooter, right?
It is a rail shooter.
And those are pretty rare these days to get those kind of games out there.
Yeah. So basically, this is the sequel, which it plays exactly the same. But essentially, what you are is you're this guy, this kid in school that gets hit by Cupid. And she basically overpowers you with pheromones, and so that every girl in the school, this is so dumb to talk about this, but every girl in the school is obsessed with you. And so what you do is you fire back love or something like that. I don't know. It's an on-rail shooter where you're shooting the girls with love.
Right.
You get different points depending on where you shoot them. Plus there's like little mini games that are kind of pervy. You know what's funny, dude, is that originally with the first one, I was kind of embarrassed to even own this game. And then Kelsey tells me, she's like, I love that game. I played it all the way to the end. I'm like, okay. If Kelsey can play it and she's not shy about it, then I'll play it. So
that's cool.
They're dumb, they're silly, but they're also kind of fun. So
they make you laugh a little bit?
Oh yeah. I mean, the dialogue is completely over the top and stupid too, but what are you gonna do?
All right, next game here is METAGAL. But this is I hate to say a Mega Man clone.
It looks like it based on that.
But I guess that's what you have to call it, a Mega Man clone. So basically, you play as METAGAL and METAGAL, excuse me, and you go against 4 robot sisters, and you pretty much try to. I forgot what the main story is, but if you like Mega Man games, this might be right up your alley. And also, what really pumped me up about this game, because I like the trophy system. This game is like an easy platinum. You get your platinum in 10 minutes in this game almost. This is insane. So definitely, I'm glad something like this got a physical release. It's kind of crazy that
Peggy though. So this was a physical.
Yeah, it came out in PAL territories. Yeah. It did come out for Vita from East Asia Shop, but that one's really hard to find. So this was the next best thing. But just think Mega Man clone, and I think it's pretty good. It's a good one too. Some people may disagree with me, but I think it's a cool game. So definitely check out METAGAL.
Okay, cool. All right, next up is Liberated, the enhanced edition here by Pixel Heart. So they published this. So this is, how would you describe this? Basically, it plays a little bit like Shadow Complex on the Xbox 360 if you played that, where it's a 2.5D run and gun sort of game, kind of platforming. What's cool about this game is that they incorporate the gameplay and the story elements into kind of a living comic book. Okay. So the whole game, you're looking at panels of in a comic book, and then every once in a while the panels will animate, and that's the gameplay. And so you'll run down a street, you'll hide from cops, you'll go in a shootout, and then once that ends, then it goes to another panel and continues the story as you turn the pages. So, and the story is that it's a dystopian future where basically everything that you do is monitored. And one day the cops come to this guy and they're like, hey, we noticed you've been buying stuff with cash when you're supposed to be using your debit card. What are you trying to hide? Wow. And then they're like, you haven't been posting on social media in a while. What are you trying to hide something? And then, yeah, total. And it's a little bit too close to home, right? You're like, you know, where they're watching you just a little bit too close. And so he gets in on a group of people who are kind of going against the man and trying to bring down some of this Big Brother stuff. So not a perfect game, I would say, but it's definitely cool and, you know, something kind of new and interesting. So
I like the cover for it. The cover looks really cool.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got a great art style.
All right, next game here. I finally got Deadrising 4, Frank's big package. I love the Deadrising series.
I played the first one, that's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the second one was a really good game too. The third one was good, at least from what I heard. But the fourth game, man, I think this is one that's my favorite, but a lot of people don't like this one because they changed a lot of things. They changed the voice actor for Frank. There's no time limit. People like the time limit. But I think this one is actually really cool, and it's very story-driven, I would say. Years have passed since the first game, so Frank's a bit different in the game, but I think it's really cool, and I feel I like it that it doesn't have the timer system. I wanted to beat this game before Christmas last year because the game is based around Christmas, but I got tied up, so hopefully this Christmas I'll finally beat this game. But did you know Deadrising had 2 movies that came out?
Maybe?
Yeah,
no.
2 movies that were, like, if you guys remember Crackle, that streaming service,
yeah.
They were produced. The movies were produced by them, and they were actually pretty good. I really enjoyed them. I actually bought them, and yeah, I thought that they were awesome.
Wow, so it's bigger than I played the first one, and you're right. It's like the timing thing. It was already stressful enough in the game. It's like the timer. Oh my god!
You want that good ending, or you want to save somebody, and the timer runs out?
Yeah,
like, forget it. So glad the timer's gone. Deadrising 4, awesome game in my opinion.
Okay, that's cool. All right, next up for me, a game I've been putting a lot of time into, and that is the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. This is for the Xbox Series X. So I love this, and I was so excited that this happened. So basically what they did is they went back and they remastered all 3 games, put them on the disc. They also enhanced the first, they've enhanced all of them, but the first one especially. They improved the combat to be more like the second game. They changed some of the character models, the lighting. They fixed the Mako. The Mako's still kind of floaty and bouncy, but at least it's not as annoying. You don't die as often in it. And right now, so we played and beat the first game, and then now we're going through the second game. We're probably about 2/3 of the way through the second game. Okay. And it's fantastic. It has all the DLC. It is just by far the best version of Mass Effect. They did a fantastic job. Plus, there's a lot of improvements here, but even like on the Xbox One, the load times are instant. Like, you remember in the first game when you'd be riding the elevator forever?
Yeah.
It literally lets you skip them because, you know, the characters would talk to each other. So sometimes you kind of want to hear what they say, but literally the load times are just down to seconds. It's really nice. So
I also like the fact that because the online is gone from the third game,
right? So
the way you get your those points or Paragon or whatever you need to kind of like towards the third game. Playing through the first, the series pretty much helps bring your your forces together that you need and everything like that. Like so.
Yeah, the game rewards you. For playing the whole trilogy on this version here
instead of like just jumping to a certain game and everything like that. So I thought that was pretty cool. I can't wait to play this because I didn't get to play all the DLC.
Yeah, I mean, well, I thought I played a few of them here and there, but you're right though. Like we were just stumbling into DLC and a character that we had never seen before. We're like, where does she come from? Exactly. So that was, it was pretty cool.
Definitely. Right on, man.
Yeah, love that game.
All right, next up is I got Altered Beast, Guardian of the Realms for the Game Boy Advance. I love this Altered Beast. The first one is kind of okay. You know, it's one of my friend's favorite games. But I think this game does a way better job being like a really good game than that one, of course. Not really much to say about it. Altered Beast is pretty much like a straight platform game where you kind of like just walk and you get powers, fight a boss, do the same thing on the next level. But this game on the Game Boy Advance is like really unknown to a lot of people. It was like one of the first Game Boy Advances games to come out, so probably got overlooked, especially nowadays. But definitely a worthy game to pick up if you like Altered Beast.
And you're trying to are you going for a complete Game Boy Advance collection?
No,
okay.
Just the good stuff,
okay.
You know, obscure stuff, just stuff that I like. Because if I had a complete collection of that stuff, I'm like, man, this is nah.
It'd be huge.
Yeah,
right?
It'd be huge, and then like you're not gonna play like all those games because not every game is gonna be good. So
you kind of go out and every once in a while you pick up like a complete copy of of some game that you want. But so you're kind of built. You're like me with the Vita or the PSP. If I see a game I don't own that looks like I might actually play it, I do buy it.
Yeah, and then like it's got to be complete pretty much because I like to have my stuff uniform and everything like that. So yeah, I probably wouldn't have picked this up if it was just cart only. But yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, next up for me is a collector's edition of Loadrunner. So Loadrunner Legacy. It's a pretty nice little collector's edition here. So Loadrunner is a game that I originally played on my Commodore 64. It was always known to me as basically like a computer game, but it's basically a platforming puzzle game. Okay. And they've got a bunch of they got the game in here. They got the art book, soundtrack, poster, stickers, and stuff like that. So definitely a love letter to Loadrunner. Okay. The funny thing about Loadrunner is that I'm not very good at it. It's one of those. Have you played a lot of Loadrunner?
No, I just seen it.
Yeah, it's cool because it's kind of unique because essentially your character can chew away at the ground, dig a hole, and you can use that to either fall through it or have enemies fall into it, and then you can walk over them and stuff like that. But there's definitely a big puzzle element to this game, and there's often a timer, and so it's just one of those things where it makes me feel dumb because I can't figure it out sometimes. But this is a really cool version of it. This version here is on the Switch, and they definitely updated the graphics as well. So it's got a little bit of a kind of
strictly limited too. Okay.
Yeah, and they did so the graphics are kind of like a little bit of like a Lego-y kind of Minecraft look to it. So yeah, nice little. And plus they got the throwback to the original cover right there too. I thought that was pretty neat. So
the cover art's sick, man.
Yeah.
So next game here, fighting game. I don't think I've shown this on the channel before, but this is Granblue Fantasy Versus. So it's based off of some other game that was on the mobile phone or whatever like that. I didn't play that game. I just got into this game because it's a fighting game. It also has an anime series too. The game is actually done, I believe, by Arc Systems, and Arc Systems does great games. You guys know them from doing the Guilty Gear, the Blaze Blue series, and all that good stuff. So this game pretty much takes the fantasy and puts it into a fighting game pretty much, and I think it's really well done. It plays a bit different from certain fighting games, the way you pull off certain moves, but it's pretty easy for the most part. Lots of cool characters and stuff like that. Yeah, nothing else much to say about it besides that. You like what you're seeing here. I mean, most likely you might want to check it out.
You must have every fighting game on the PS4 at this point. Is there any that you don't have?
When it comes to 2D games, like
yeah,
no, I don't. I think I do have.
I know.
Oh, yeah,
it's impressive. Right. You should show it, like
a fighting game video.
Yeah. Maybe. All right. This next game I want to show you. So I only have 2 more left. This next one I am excited to, because I swear you recognize it and I did not. So Slaps and Beans.
Yeah.
Old School Heroes. This is also strictly limited collector's edition. Now, this was like a TV show or something like that back in like the 70s or something.
Well, they were 2 actors that played in spaghetti westerns. They were really awesome together. They're hilarious.
Yeah.
And
have you played this yet?
Yes.
Okay, because first of all, dude, is the background graphics and stuff like that are, I mean, next level. Like I was like, whoa, this is like a really well made, beautiful looking game.
And the dialogue, even though you're reading it, it's just like the movies when they were together. It's hilarious. It's awesome.
But dude, look at this special edition here. So they got some playing cards. They got poker chips. And the game itself is, like you said, it's fun as hell. Like I like how it's a traditional beat 'em up, but then it has like little
scenes where you have to like kind of like shoot somebody like with a timer and everything like that, and it's like it changes up. It's awesome. It's just a lot of fun. It's not like one of those beat 'em ups that get like tiresome. It's always something new, something changes things up to keep things interesting. So definitely very cool that they put this out.
Yeah, I was really surprised. So when you mentioned it, I was like, oh, okay, that sounds hilarious.
All right, so
I just have 1 more.
I had 3 more, but maybe I'll say these for the next video.
It's up to you. Well, I don't know. See, now we mentioned it. You're gonna have to.
I know, right? All right, so
because I have no idea what he's got. So
another fighting game, very uncommon, and I was lucky to get this because I have not seen another copy of this game out there. This is Black Belt Challenge for the Game Boy Advance. I got this a while back. My buddy Cliff helped me get this. Thankfully, Cliff, you're watching. Thanks you so much, man. Appreciate you. And basically, a 2D fighting game for the Game Boy Advance, and it's actually, for the most part, very well done. I mean, it has some problems with it, but what they were trying to do with this, it was pretty cool. It actually has a good soundtrack, a story mode, decent characters. You know, you wouldn't think this is like a serious fighting game and everything like that. But
especially with the name, it's kind of generic, right? Like Black Belt Challenge.
Yeah, they definitely were saying, hey, let's just use this name real fast because we can't come up with anything else. But very cool game. Obviously, you're seeing the footage here. There was something else I wanted to say about this game too. Oh yeah, it has like a weird mode to where if you do a special move, you knock your enemies up into the sky and you get to do these certain button commands, but it's very difficult to do. And I haven't even pulled it off yet. I pulled it off once and that was it. It was kind of unpolished, I would say. But if you're lucky enough to see this game out there, you might want to pick it up because it's definitely very unique.
Interesting. I hadn't heard of it before.
And I'll go with another one here and keep it pace going. Game I've been looking for years, and finally found it for a good deal. Wonder 3 arcade gears. You guys remember that arcade cabinet with Capcom had back in the day with the 3 games in it, kind of like similar to Neo Geo. It had a running gun game, which was I'll just read the names off. Roosters was the running gun game, kind of like reminiscent of Metal Slug, and then Chariot was the shoot 'em up game, pretty much. And then the other game was the puzzle game. It was called Push or something like that, but I don't really play that one. But these games came out on the PS1 and the Saturn. I got the PS1 version, obviously, and they actually played really well. I was very, very impressed. It's kind of sad that these games didn't come out to America because Sony didn't want like 2D games like this coming out on the PlayStation. They thought that would make the system look inferior. But
looking back, you're like, it's such a great system. Like it just showed that it can do everything. Yeah, of course now people know, right?
Mm-hmm. They do know now. So glad I got this. Something cool that people might want to look into. But if you want to play these games, cheaper options to get the Capcom Classics collection. They're on there as well for PS2 and I think the Xbox. So
okay. All right, my last one was something that was pretty cool. I found this at Half Price Books, and I was very excited. So I'm going for an Elder Scrolls collection, and this was one of them I didn't have, and I just walked in there one day, and someone had traded in. So it's the Anthology. So it's basically everything up to the making of this video, and it's cool. So these are all the PC versions of the Elder Scrolls right there. It's got Daggerfall. And then it's got like Morrowind, plus it's got Morrowind. Yeah, it's got the construction set in there. So it's also got the Blood Moon and Tribunal, and it just goes. It's just a really nice packaging. So it's got Oblivion, and then of course it's got Skyrim as well. And then also it's got maps for every one of them. So it's a pretty cool little collector's edition of all the Elder Scrolls games up to that point, at least the main ones. It doesn't have, you know, some of the side ones, and doesn't have the N-Gage version, unfortunately, but nice little package here. I was very happy to get it, and it was like $10 or something.
Right on, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Last item, here we go. Ys 9 Monstrum Nox. This is the newest Ys game that's come out. And it's pretty awesome.
Now,
you know?
Is it here though, or is it only in Japan?
No, this came out in America.
Oh, it did.
Yeah, NIS America. Well, I always call it NIS America, but they brought this out, and it's pretty cool. Because, well, actually, when they brought this out, it's kind of funny because I pre-ordered it, but they sent my copy out late. You know, so I had to wait like almost another month before I got to play the game. I was hella mad because I was in the mood to play it, but obviously I couldn't. So basically, if you guys have played Ys games, they're pretty much the way they are now. They're action RPGs, very well done, very story driven, and they put a lot of effort into this one. What really kind of put the series on the map in America, I believe, was Ys 8, which you played that as well.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'd played a little bit of some of the other ones, but it was Ys 8 that I just went all in because I had it on the Switch and I could play it anywhere, and I love that game. It was great.
Definitely, and this one. In my opinion, I like Ys 8 better, but this one has a really good story to it, and definitely the ending is very, like, will probably satisfy most people, I think, in this one. The gameplay is actually a lot better than Ys 8, which was to me was hard to top. I was like, wow, okay, they fixed a lot of the issues here. And this is a really cool game that a lot of people should like look into. The reason I'm trying to talk about this because I don't really hear a lot of people talk about the Ys series. I'm trying to get more people to know about the series.
Gamer though, but yeah,
yeah, he's definitely the Ys guru.
He's the Ys. Well, the reason why I thought it hadn't come out because he did a video about this one here. But
yeah, the Japanese version, I remember.
The Japanese version, because he's nuts like that. He'll play the Japanese version even though he doesn't know Japanese, which is hilarious to me, right? So, yeah.
Yeah, and this packaging, they did a good job on it, even though I think Ys 8's packaging was better. Because Ys 8 was just on it for me. I love that game.
Yeah.
Did you ever get the special edition for Ys 8?
No. See, in my mind, I'm like, you have them, you put them in your game. I'll come over and admire them.
It was that one. That packaging is probably one of the best collector's editions I've ever seen because they really went all out with the stuff they put in that and everything. So now I guess from that point on, I'm like comparing it to this one and all that stuff. Yeah. But this one's cool too. But let us know what you guys think about Ys 9 if you played it and beat it.
I'd like to know. Actually, I'm probably going to go out and get it because I need to play this one too. So.
Well, good for you because by the time you might pick it up, the Switch version will probably be out. Which they're supposed to come out pretty soon here, I believe. So
you know, actually, now that I think about Ys 8, I think I might have started that on the Vita
and finished it on the Switch.
Yeah, or something like. Because I remember I played that twice actually.
I remember you said you got stuck at one point, and then you think you
I
got
always
past
get
it.
stuck at something. But yeah, I needed to look at a walkthrough because I got turned around or something like that. I didn't know where to go, but. Yeah, definitely fantastic game. So, dude, did we just blow through another pickups video?
We did, man. we got through it pretty fast. So, hope you guys enjoyed this. I know you guys love these videos, even wanting them and everything like that. So,
it's been awesome having you back in the game room, dude. Yeah. It's been too long.
It has, man. It has. Things are getting back to normal, thankfully. So,
yeah.
Hopefully, you guys see more of these in the future.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing, and take care.